Welcome to the Fantasy Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. Here's your host, Morgan Colby and Rick Lemon.
What's going on, Fantasy Champs?
What's good?
This is going to be the fastest mock draft in the West. Bang, bang, bang.
It's the first one, so I mean, that's all right.
One. All right, so welcome to the pod. My name is Morgan Colby. I got Rick Lemon with me as always. I didn't say it on the last show, but this is our first mock draft of the year in redraft. So it's going to be a redraft, mock draft 101.
You got a sound bite? Maybe a cheering or something?
I wish.
A clap? No, nothing.
I got it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. This one's got crowd noise in the background, too, at the end.
Yeah.
Crowd noise. All right. So our first redraft, mock draft. We do have one next week, just to give you an update, on June 1st. And then one on June 8th. And then we're going to take a break from them for a little while. So we'll get updated ADP for some of this. This first one, the rookies ADP is not in this. For
non-existent.
It's non-existent. So just bear with us as we go through this in drafts, knowing that Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to probably, and some other rookie wide receivers are going to go a little bit higher in drafts. But here they're low for whatever reason. So hopefully the sleeper ADP kicks into high gear. Before we jump into our mock draft, though, check our website, fantasychampions.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. If you're listening on a podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, and other podcasting platforms, please leave a review and share this podcast with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, like, and comment down below any questions you may have for us. Without further ado, let's jump into the mock. So, as always, I believe our new standard is PPR.
Yep.
Last year and in the past, we had done half PPR to make it kind of middling, but I'm pretty sure everyone in society does PPR drafts at this point. So, we're going to start off this with a 12-team PPR.
Yeah, it's definitely the more common format now.
So, for this, we're going to try our best. Like I said, the rookies aren't fully updated. It looks like some of the actual players that you would normally draft are updated. I don't know why these rookies are just not drafted in here. People are doing mocks without the rookies is what's going on. So it'll adjust.
We're here to change it.
We're gonna take Beyond way too early. But anyway, yeah. So I got pick 4. Rick's got pick 10. This is a 12-team PPR. We have, just to go through the actual position setups that we have quarterback, running back, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, and then 2 flex spots that you can put a wide receiver, running back, and tight end into. So 1 quarterback league, no super flex, nothing like that. So without further ado, you ready to get this started?
Let's do it.
Okay, rolling it. Yeah, sure, I want to start. Of course I want to start. Hopefully my phone doesn't buzz the whole time every time somebody makes a freaking
Yeah, I
pick.
made sure I turned the sound off.
Unbelievable. I turned the sound off. Whoa! Did you see that?
I did.
The ADP didn't even align with that, but okay. All right, team 3. So Justin Jefferson goes 101, Christian McCaffrey 1-2, Jonathan Taylor 1-3. What is Taylor normally going like?
I was going to say, before you make your pick, is Jonathan Taylor at 1-3 a little crazy to you after the year he just had?
Yeah, definitely.
And the potential offense with the rookie quarterback. I don't know. I like JT still, and I think he can have a bounce back year.
Mm-hmm.
But 1-3 feels a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm curious. Prior to that pick, what his ADP was.
I think it was 104 because if you look at the numbers, I don't know if the audience can see, but Chase is 1-3, Eckler's 5, Cooper Kupp is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has the rank next to them. So I think Taylor is probably 4 because there's no 4.
Interesting. So people still love Taylor, huh?
Yeah, it's the dynasty community that
maybe that will change. What was the ADP on 4-for-4 last week when we were talking about 7?
He was for Taylor.
Yeah,
he was 10, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that seems
he was
about
late
right.
first.
That's probably my guess would be that probably will adjust over time. Like I said, this is a very early ADP. I mean, very early ADP on sleeper. So June is typically when the drafts start kicking into high gear, but we're going to start, obviously we're starting a little bit earlier. Last year we did the same thing. So if this ADP is stressing you out, it's stressing me out. But anyway, all right, I'm on the board. I'm kind of like in a catch-22 here. I'm not really sure what to do because obviously this is a PPR league. I traditionally draft running backs, but I kind of want to see what'll happen if I just take.
If I do it, yeah.
I'm gonna take Jamar Chase. I kind of want to see what will fall to me at 2.9 and what I can get at 3.4 at running back to see if I can flip that. But in PPR leagues, the wide receiver position is super important. So if you can lock that down, that'll be huge. And it looks like, you're going to get your pick of running backs here if you want, or you can go with Diggs. But after my pick, I got Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce, 1.8. Oh boy. Devontae Adams. And then
that's actually lower than what he was on 4-4.
Yeah. Hey, moving down the boards here.
Yeah, see, Adams at 1.9 too. I don't love Kelce at 1.8, and I don't love Adams at 1.9. I don't like either of those picks. Those are guys that have been great in the past, and are probably, for anyone who's played fantasy, has won you championships. But
you're not worried about Jimmy Garoppolo getting the ball to Devontae Adams? He might not even be on that football team, to be honest. I've been hearing trade rumors.
Yeah, exactly. There's been talks about Adams. Well, I don't know. There was one report that said that it's his dream to play with the Raiders and that he's not going anywhere. But there was another report that said he doesn't like the direction the team is going in. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. He's also getting older. Garoppolo's not the best quarterback in the world either. So a lot of question marks. So I went 10 here so I could take Bihan. So that way we could, incorporate the rookies into this. But if both guys are on the board, I don't know. I think I would take the guy I'm going to take, which is Stephon Diggs. In PPR, to me, he's probably the wide receiver 4 for me, maybe. So to get him at the 110 there. And again, I love A.J. Brown here. And I'd be really tempted to do that. But just so we get the rookies incorporated. So after my pick,
hold on.
Henry.
I'm gonna do something here.
Uh-oh. What are you doing?
I'm going to take Bihan at 11 because I'm not letting you take him in the second round.
Whoa, what? Okay. That's rude, bro.
Sorry. There's no way Bihan falls in the second round. Ain't no way.
Probably not. But that's fine because I'll just take Saquon Barkley. So screw you.
Saquon. You still got him. All right, so flipping at my pick, like right now, there have been... This is a different year, and I'm curious to see when we do half PPR drafts if it stays the same because typically, even in PPR leagues, you get a plethora of running backs taken in the first round.
Yeah.
This one you had 4. And the start of the second round, there was a little bit of a run, so there's 4 already in the second round. 2 quarterbacks come off the board. But, like, if you're talking about 8 running backs taken off and I get to, like, draft Josh Jacobs...
Right.
And 2.9. Like, I don't know. I kind of like that. I kind of like I might be going with wide receivers early.
Yeah.
Just want to announce that to the class. I'm taking Josh Jacobs at 2.9.
So I never said it since you changed it. I never said who got picked after my guy. So we'll start with Bihan. We threw in at 111. CeeDee Lamb 112. Derrick Henry 2.1. AJ Brown 2.2. I took Saquon at 2.3. Then Mahomes went 2.4. Chubb 2.5. Dalvin Cook 2.6, which is interesting. Josh Allen 2.7, Amon-Ra 2.8. You got Josh Jacobs, nice pick at 2.9. Najee Harris 2.10, T. Higgins 2.11, ETN 2.12, Debo 3.1, Breece Hall 3.2, Jalen Waddle I like there at 3.3, and now you're back on the board. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, agreed.
You could go Gibbs here. He's not on the list, but
is this where Jahmyr Gibbs is going?
About this range, yeah, I would say like mid to later third, but I've seen he's been going like late third, so you could take him here.
Any shocks here for you?
For who's still available or who?
No, in this round, second round, going into the third.
For guys that got taken,
yeah.
No, I don't really think so. Maybe Waddle being there at 3.3, I think is nice, but it's not really a shock.
Yeah,
I think the way the board has gone is pretty accurate from what I've seen.
Okay. All right.
Dalvin Cook was the biggest shock to me at 2.6.
Where is he going normally?
I don't. It's totally different on every format that you're like. Every platform has something different.
Yeah.
Underdog, he's a sixth rounder though, so. But he's all over the place. Like ESPN, I think has him in the third.
Right.
Some places have him in the second. Some places have him in the fourth.
Right.
He's one guy that's kind of all over the place.
Yeah. I think that's probably because some people might be mock drafting, anticipating that he is going to be a Kansas City Chief.
Right.
Which in which case I would imagine he jumps into the first round.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that make it better if he gets traded to the Chiefs?
Oh, 2.6 would be a steal.
Right.
So, but I think
that
he's going to
like
hover.
A good pick.
I think he's going to hover.
Yeah.
Until something like that happens. I think ultimately he'll stay with Minnesota. Do you think if he stays with Minnesota, right? 2.6 is a good pick or a bad pick, or is that right?
I don't think it's bad. I think I'd rather have Jacobs though. Jacobs, Chubb.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he'd be in that next tier, but not bad.
Now I could be drafting the worst team of all time over here. Could be, but we'll see. Now, like Rick said, you could definitely go Jahmyr Gibbs. I hate the Lions running back situations. Right. I do think Gibbs, drafted in the top 12, will probably finish as a running back one, at least the top 15 running back. So, there's a good chance that he finishes high, just based on draft capital. But I don't know if I want to draft him.
There's a couple of directions you could go.
Definitely a couple of directions I could, should, maybe, might go. You didn't risk it to get the biscuit. I'm going to get DeAndre Swift.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
I probably could have waited. I probably could have waited a little bit, but
that's the upside pick.
Yeah. I like DeAndre Swift in Philadelphia. I think there's a good chance I probably could have waited until the 4th or 5th round. That in the future I'll probably be more comfortable with that. Like Kenneth Walker is probably the guy I should have taken here. But Swift is probably going to produce the same, if not a little bit better than Miles Sanders last year. I think he's probably a better running back than Miles Sanders. More explosive, better pass catcher. So Swift in Philly, I think, is going to be really good.
Right.
He'll probably produce around the same fantasy football wise. So I think, last year, what was Miles Sanders last year?
He was solid. He was an RB2.
Yeah, so I think Swift could ascend into that top 10 conversation. So he still has upside with Philly.
Yeah.
But if Philly just keeps spreading everything around, it's going to be.
I was going to say that's an upside pick, but it is risky.
Yeah,
that is a risky one because it's
my second backer.
No, but I like it though. I like the risk there. Walker's a good option here. I'm surprised you didn't think about maybe Tony Pollard here, as well, with the Cowboys running back situation. Mm-hmm. But I have to take my guy here, and I think there's a couple running backs I could go.
I'm still stuck in last year where I see Tony Pollard's name and I just don't.
Right. No, I agree. Especially since this is our first mock draft, like it's kind of hard to see the ADP. Like it's kind of throwing me off. But I got to take my guy here, and
I'm
I think
wait 6 more rounds for Pollard.
It's a good spot.
No, you're not.
But I'll take Garrett Wilson to pair him with Diggs. So after, by the way, you took Swift, we had Hurts, Metcalf, Andrews, Keenan Allen, Joe Mixon. I went Garrett Wilson, then Joe Burrow, and the run on running backs happened. I was hoping that would not. Tony Pollard, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones. I was hoping one of Walker or Pollard would follow me, but that is okay. There's still some good players here on the board. Devontae Smith is usually going a little earlier than this. Ramondre, I think, is a really good option here. I think Kill or Hawk, if I wanted to go tight end, aren't that bad. Man, I don't know. This is coming down to a couple guys for me.
Don't do it.
Oh my gosh, this is so tough. Who do I want to go? I'm gonna just take Ramondre. I don't love it. but I think he's probably the best running back available. But yeah, and in PPR, he's, even if he kind of underperforms to what some people expect, I think in PPR he'll still do well.
I do think he'll probably end up in like the 3rd round.
Right.
Guess by August, but yeah, not a bad pick. After your pick, Kittle, Devonta Smith, Lamar Jackson, Terry McLaurin, Javonte Williams.
I like Javonte, but at 4.8 when he's might not even play in the beginning of the year is kind of
that's
interesting.
Tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
So there's some interesting guys here. I think I definitely probably need to invest draft capital in another wide receiver. Guys available. I have Hopkins, Michael Pittman, Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, Chris Olave, DJ Moore. To be completely honest with you, there's kind of part of me that wants to take a risk here and hope that Chris Olave falls to me at 5'4".
That's what I was gonna do with Wilson, but I just was like, nah, I gotta just get him.
I'm not gonna waste my time because I guess I could go if I don't get Olave. There's other guys that I could go with, but I'm not excited about DJ Moore in Chicago. I like Jerry Jeudy in Denver, but I'm still not I think like pick 52 is too high or 57 is too high. And then it's like there's a drop out. Like I like Calvin Ridley. So I feel like I got to add like a wide receiver here, but at the same time, part of me is like, I like running backs. Can't stop me from getting the running. Oh, and Hawk's on the board. Don't do it.
Hawk is still there.
Don't do it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Chris Olave.
Okay.
I'm going to take
the safe pick. I like it.
I'm going to play it smart.
Hawk is gone.
Now, like I said, Olave's oh my gosh.
Are you going to get Fields?
Oh!
I wanted Fields. I didn't think he'd get to me, but
I was gonna drop. I was gonna drop it like it was hot and draft Fields 5'3".
That's good value for Fields, dude. Look, he's like the QB 8.
Yep,
that's really good value.
Yeah. But... So anyway, after my pick, Hopkins goes off the board. Hawkinson, DJ Moore, Justin Herbert, Amari Cooper, and then Justin Fields comes off. See, I wouldn't have drafted Justin Fields at 4.9 because it breaks all of my strategies, which is why I drafted Olave.
But you would have been okay with Olave in the 5th and then Fields in the 4th.
Yes. Yeah, 1,000%. Kind of shocked he went there. I'm stunned. I'm taken aback. All right, so you can kind of pivot in 2 different directions because now you're, I basically have my base like solid here. You have Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift. You have your 2 running backs, your 2 wide receivers. So you can go in a couple of different directions. You could go back to running back and draft another running back for your first flex spot, or you can go with wide receiver. In PPR leagues, I would say that wide receiver is probably the area that I should land. Mm-hmm. Chris Godwin is a great grab here. Jerry Jeudy would be a great grab here. I do like Miles Sanders in this slot. I also kind of like Dameon Pierce in this slot. If you want to go running back, he doesn't get as much receiving work as you would like. I also like Calvin Ridley, but I'm not going to break Rick's heart.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be nice. It's first.
You could take Calvin Ridley.
Let's be cordial. I'm going to take Chris Godwin.
That's a good pick. I think that's who. Probably the best.
I'm not very excited about it.
Yeah.
Especially with Baker there and them not having a quarterback. But in the 5th round for a guy that is, a good PPR receiver, as I talk about this pick, it makes me hurt a little bit more because I don't like it. But it's like, where do we draft Chris Godwin and Mike Evans? That's the question here. It's like,
I will tell you, I'd rather Chris Godwin than Mike Evans.
Yes, I agree. But like, is 5th round too early for guys like this when they don't have?
No, I think that's where I would take him. Maybe Mike Evans would be 6th. Like he might be a little further, but Godwin to me 5th round. Because like if you're comparing him to guys like Amari Cooper, Pittman, like I probably take Evans. Like I probably take Godwin over all those guys.
Yeah. Would you take Jeudy over Chris Godwin?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I might.
Yeah.
Which is who I probably am going to take here, but I don't know. That's tough.
You're afflicted. After my
Although
pick,
there
though,
is
I had Mike
a
Evans,
guy
James
that
Conner, Michael Pittman, Alvin Kamara, and then J.K. Dobbins.
yeah. I'll go Judy. I'll go Judy here. Then Sanders, Mike Williams, Kyle Pitts, Goddard, and I probably would go Calvin Ridley here, but I'm going to take another rookie here and go Jahmyr Gibbs.
There you go, buddy.
Who, to me, I probably have him ahead of some other guys that got taken.
He's probably going to end up a 4th-round pick or a 3rd-round pick.
Third, I think is too early. But yeah, he'll probably end up being like a 4th. So to get him here at this value this early in May is nice, but by the time we get to August and September, even if you're drafting in September, like we unfortunately are, Gibbs would probably be in like the third or 4th round.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, this is only 8 rounds. I did not add bench players.
Okay, so we're just getting our guys,
get our starters and get out of here. Short mock draft. After your pick was Dameon Pierce, Tyler Lockett, Cam Akers, Calvin Ridley, Dave Montgomery. I could have gotten T-Law. I just saw T-Law on the board. Calvin Ridley, but I did not. I did not get Calvin Ridley. Drake London is here on the board. Christian Watson is also here on the board at 6'9". I like that a lot.
Yeah. Ooh, Christian Watson at the end of the 6th is not bad. Not bad at all.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
What is all these second-year wide receivers? We just talked about them, so that's why I'm gonna do it. After my pick, Darren Waller, Deontay Johnson, Drake London, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk. I have Christian Watson. Now, if DeAndre Hopkins got moved, I would probably be more in on Marquise Brown.
Yep.
I probably might even take him over Christian Watson, but with DeAndre Hopkins there, it makes it kind of hard for Brown to really excel. So in this round, a lot of times I end up taking a quarterback. And it's tough because I don't really know who I like at quarterback who can produce. Like last year I had my Justin Fields. Like I'm not sure without Justin Fields like who I actually want the quarterback position, because some of these second year guys, like from last year, there was one quarterback that came off. So it's like there's no guy there. But one guy that I do think that is being underdrafted right now is Kyler Murray. And he's a rushing quarterback, and I know he sucks passing the ball most of the time.
Well, I don't think he sucks.
Yeah, no,
he's mid.
Doesn't suck. He's mid passing the ball. He is an elite rusher, and if he stays healthy and he stays on the field, that would be great. Now, the only question is, I'm going to pull it up. They say he's doing good. Now, you said he wasn't going to play, right?
There's concerns that he's going to play even like the first half of the year.
Yeah,
but it's different reporting. Like some people are like, "Oh, he's making great progress. He's going to be ready week 1," and then there's other people that's like, "I don't expect him to play until like the second half of the season."
I'll let you know and draft Trevor Lawrence.
I think Trevor Lawrence to me was the best pick there, and I would even take him higher. So I think you made the right choice. Unfortunately, because we don't have any bench spots, because I definitely would not take.
You don't have to fill all your spots, by the way.
Oh, because I don't really want.
You can just draft whoever you want. Like just draft it like you would normally do. I just only have 8 slots here.
Okay, so then looking at the board, I'll take. Ooh, you know what? I'm going a little off the board here, but I'm going to take Kadarius Toney.
I hate you.
Kadarius Toney. Yeah, I think he's got that upside. And then I'll also take George Pickens as well to fill up my bench receivers. No quarterback or tight end for my team. I'll give you a name, though, that I was thinking about taking at quarterback. Since you already drafted your quarterback, I can say it. I think Deshaun Watson. I at this point, once you get past
get out of here,
the top guys, if I'm going to take one of these mid guys, you can boo me all you want. I'm taking a guy who I've seen be a top 5 fantasy quarterback,
Good luck.
And still has that potential very easily.
Good luck with that. I salute you, my friend. I got sniped on Fryermuth too. This is unbelievable.
You can snip, bro.
Yeah,
hey, I didn't fill out my tight end. You don't have to fill out yours.
Brandon Cooks. Yeah, but this is where I would take Pat Fryermuth. Tyler Algier, Gabe Davis, Dalton Schultz, and then Fryermuth. There's a couple of different guys at wide receiver that are interesting. Running back, there's a couple of guys that I really like. Antonio Gibson is one of those dudes. Alexander Madison would be a good investment.
That was one of those guys that could fly.
He could fly up boards. I do actually think Damian Harris is kind of like a sneaky 8th, 9th, 10th round selection. Just because, he was falling around that area anyway, but he's on the Buffalo now. He's a much better football team if they give him the ball a lot. I think he's a much better running back than, Devin Singletary last year. So he could be an interesting guy there. They said they wanted to get Gibson the ball more. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. You also got Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, that's another guy who's
I'm deeply conflicted. I don't know what to do with this pick. This is why I would take Pat Fryermuth. I'd fill out another roster spot because I'm like, what the crap do I do with this? Would you take Treylon here?
I would. Yeah, I would. Let me see who else is on the board. Yeah, I would probably take I'd probably take a flyer on Treylon. But you could go, the running backs you mentioned are all valid. And then I also don't mind Juju and PPR. I don't mind Bateman.
I'm going to take Antonio Gibson here.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I hate it, but I'm going to do it. Just as some depth to my running back slot. Because at this point, outside of tight end, I have most of my rosters, slots kind of filled.
Yep.
Rick was very smart to get Kadarius Toney, and I'm mad.
I'll say I finished this draft without a quarterback or a tight end. So,
well, there you go. That works. All right. So I drafted Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Chris Olave, Chris Godwin, Christian Watson, Chris, and Christian, and Trevor Lawrence, and then Antonio Gibson with my pick.
I went Stephon Diggs, Saquon Barkley, Garrett Wilson, Ramondre Stevenson, Jerry Jeudy, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kadarius Toney, and George Pickens.
There you go. There is a first mock draft. We will do full mock drafts in the future. This just gives you an idea of what a starting lineup might look like. Rick doesn't have a quarterback and a tight end. I forgive you. I don't have a tight end either. But hope you like that. So let us know in the comments which team you liked more, and we'll talk to you next week, guys. See you later.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Champions Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes and YouTube, and follow us on Twitter @TheFFChamps.